get this started real quick.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Welcome, fans. Friday night in the NBA. It'll be Kevin Durant, the Oklahoma City Thunder, facing off against the Denver Nuggets. And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew. I'll see you at the half.
I gotta put myself.
I ain't no joke. I used to
Everyone is in their seats here at the Pepsi Center as the Nuggets look to grab a win here in downtown Denver, Colorado. A starting five for both teams brought to you by State Farm. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, Kevin Durant.
And one thing that Durant has made.
No, I don't want to go for the Nuggets.
Very clear in his young career is that he's going to be a factor in clutch situations. He wants the ball in his hands with the game on the line.
You know, he's got that lean, thin body and looks a little wispy and carefree out there. But underneath that jersey beats the heart and edge of, I think, a killer in terms of putting the ball in the basket.
For the Denver Nuggets, they come in off a good outing against the Trailblazers in Portland. And guys, it could have gone either way. Nearly won that one by 2.
They won that game at the offensive end, guys. It almost seemed like they got something out of every possession down the floor.
And, Steve, the few times they did come up empty, it didn't really carry over. They never lost their momentum.
And pushing it up, here's Denver. Going
Man, that was unreal.
Now we're cooking with gas, partner. My goodness.
a breathtaking display of aerial supremacy, no doubt.
It's almost unfair, guys. I mean, when you can get up that high, that's crazy.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff.
Well, he's one of their anchors at the offensive end, guys, because he can make plays like that all the time. I've just got to say this. I mean, the Thunder fans have really been spoiled since the team moved to Oklahoma City. 4 years in, and they've made the playoffs in all but the first season.
Clock at 6. Here's the dish to Iguodala. Stolen by Durant. Westbrook with it. Now Lawson defending. Good. Denver foul. And with a moment here, let's catch up on the action from the studio with Damon Bruce.
All right, Kevin, let's take a quick look at the final scores of other games in the West. It was the Bobcats with the win against the Jazz in Utah. It's over at AT&T Center. It was the Spurs. Losing to the Kings. With that game in the books, they split their last 2 outings. And that'll do it for us here. Now we head on back out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew. Fellas?
All right, Damon, much appreciated. And make sure, folks, to catch Damon again at the Sprint Halftime Report.
Yeah, pretty full slate of games today, guys. And a lot of action for us to keep an eye on.
Osgold with the bucket.
Nice start here. Taking 5 shots, only missed 1 of them.
The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
And they drew so many fouls in that game, guys. That was one area that really stood out when you watched it.
Yeah, guys, to me, that was just a case of lack of discipline on the other side. I can't say any more than that.
Back to Oklahoma City, made the playoffs, gone deep more often than not, and talk about winning over a city when they relocated Steve from Seattle. They have done that and more.
Well, that city has really embraced the franchise, Kevin, and it helps when you've got guys like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook who are not only phenomenal players to watch, but really good people who the community can embrace. So I think the love affair between the team and the community is going to last a long time.
Lawson. That doesn't go either for Lawson.
He operates pretty well in traffic, guys, but that was a tough play to finish off.
The pass to Ibaka. Backing down. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul call. He'll shoot free throws.
You know, you look at how dominant Russell Westbrook is statistically in just about every facet of the game. The scary part is he's still learning how to play point guard. You know, he was a 2 guard at UCLA, and really kind of a combo guard his first year in the league, but he's handling the ball and distributing and doing a better job than ever before.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Mozgov. And Wilson Chandler's subbed in for Kenneth Faried. Then for the Thunder, Collison comes in for Kendrick Perkins. And it's Harden in for Serge Ibaka. Now, here is Gallinari. Right now averaging 17 points a game. Iguodala the pass to McGee. Outside for Lawson. McGee working on Collison. McGee dishes to Iguodala. Knocked away. Stolen by Harden. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Westbrook's got the ball. And then Durant with the dunk.
Flawless alley-oop that time. That's some real stylish basketball there.
Almost looks like a play they've been rehearsing for a while.
Well, that's the beauty of the alley-oop. It appears that way, but really it's just timing and sort of an innate sense of awareness between two teammates.
Kept alive. The Thunder leading by 3. Now here is Cephalosha, averaging 8 points a game. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And the 3 off target. Talk about Westbrook's upside, still in his early 20s. He's yet to even enter his prime. And the kid has expanded his game each and every season.
And that's what I like about him. I know he's had some critics. Some of the criticism is justified, but it's over the top in many ways. You got to keep in mind that this is a young, developing player. He's already accomplished an awful lot. But I think he's going to be an all-NBA type career.
We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. And, of course, Denver. 3 spots below.
You know, checking out Oklahoma City, they've continued their outstanding play. I mean, they're definitely one of those teams that everybody has in their sights again this year.
Well, you know, this is a team that doesn't have any glaring weaknesses. I mean, they're strong across the board on that roster. And I think as long as they stay solid and they stay healthy, it wouldn't surprise me if they made a strong push into the playoffs.
Good on the shot. Harden's got his first points in this one.
I like the way they got the ball inside there.
Lawson outside. Miller guarded by Harden. Miller kicks to Lawson. He passes to Faried. Shot clock at 6. Lawson with it. Westbrook picks him up. And Durant sends it back. And Faried with the slam. We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Westbrook passes to Harden. Over Miller. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Westbrook. Harden's got his second bucket of the night.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
The shot's good from Lawson. Westbrook with it. Here's Cephalosha. Good.
And he barely beats the clock with that 3.
Steve, that's a great way to end the quarter.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Thunder out in front, up by 4. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment.
I'm really trying not to do a commtery thing.
Coming up next Monday, LeBron James and the Miami Heat take on Kevin Love and the Minnesota Timberwolves, live from Minneapolis. Don't miss it.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. After the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
They've done a nice job here offensively to establish a rhythm and a pace to this game.
And I like that they're finding ways to score. Playing well here, Steve.
The Thunder leading by 4.
Denver right now is a collection of very good players, but they don't have a star anymore now that Carmelo is gone. You always wonder how a team is going to fare, particularly in the playoffs, when they don't have one guy who they can go to for a basket or a trip to the free throw line.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Oklahoma City right now, inside it's Serge Ibaka and Kendrick Perkins. Maynard is out there with Harden, and it's Cook in at the 3 slot. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Well, as good as Denver might be, as you were saying, Steve, you do need to have that go-to player to get, some good points in crunch time. Clark, you've already alluded to that.
And really, Kevin, if you look around the league, that's what separates good teams from great teams. Having that one superstar that you can lean on when everything else is on the line. The one player that can go get you baskets when you need it.
Shoots. And Iguodala with the basket, the assist by Neal. The Thunder with the lead. Last game against the Nuggets, they lost in the Mile High City.
Boy, that was a gut-wrenching loss. It was a very tight game. They didn't rebound well, but I think that's what they're going to have to do much better tonight. They have to be tougher inside.
The Nuggets shooting around 60% of the night. Amazing work offensively so far. The feed now to Gallinari. Pass to Chandler. Iguodala outside. Pass to Gallinari. Gets it to go. And I guess, Clark, one thing you could point out about that game, that they lost, the battle of the boards.
Got completely dominated in that area, Kevin, and statistically that's what stood out. They just didn't bring the intensity. Tonight they've got to bring greater intensity if they want to win.
Here's Iguodala.
Tore it down that time.
Did you see that?
Oh, we got to see that one again, guys. We've got to see that again.
I need a replay. I'm not sure what I just looked at.
Collison kicks to Durant. Back to Collison. Outside for Durant. 6 on the shot clock. Over Chandler. Durant, no good.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
In every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps, and they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
How about the career of Nuggets head coach George Karl? Actually played in the league for 5 years, all with the Spurs, but for 24 years he's been a head coach in the league. First among active coaches and 8th all-time.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
He did not look too happy about some of the things he saw on the court. So I would expect some changes here.
I think it's the right move, quite honestly. I mean, they just didn't look sharp or at their best out there. So take the time out and give yourself a chance to regroup.
And let's take this chance now to look at the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Here are the league's leading scorers. Kevin Durant, number 1. And, of course, James Harden.
Well, both of these guys have been tremendous offensive producers for the entire season. They're just reliable point producers.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. JaVale McGee's checked in for Mazda. Kenneth Faried comes in for Gallinari. And it's Lawson in for Andre Miller. Cephalosha kicks to Harden. He feeds it to Cephalosha. Takes the lead pass. Kicks it out to Harden. Over Iguodala. They get it back. Kicks it out to Harden. Launches it. And that one's good. Harden's got 7 points.
He can be dangerous from out there. As a matter of fact, he can be lethal. His first from the arc after having none in the first quarter. Keep an eye on him.
McGee's shot is off.
With the altitude in Denver, a lot of Nuggets teams over the years have been built with speed in mind. And it makes sense because you come in as an opponent